Welcome back, third graders. Sorry about that blip. We are on Math 3, Chapter 7, Division Facts to 5. And today we are talking about dividing by 3 and related facts of 3. So if you did not go back and practice your skip counting of 3s, pause this right now and go back and review those because you're going to need your brain working today in groups of 3. All right, gather any materials you need and let's begin. All right, we're going to start with multiplication as usual to get our brains working. So let's look at some quick facts. 7 times 4, 28. 8 times 4, 32. 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 8, 32. All right. All right, and as usual, if you did not get those multiplication facts down, please go back and review them, write them down, and make yourself some flashcards. We are beginning right here with our division again and our sets. And so right now we have a group of 18, and we're going to put those into sets of 3. And so if you have 18 total and you start breaking them down into sets of 3, here we go, like this. We will have 6 sets before when we run out of blocks. Okay, so again, counting by 3s, 3 here, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We have 6. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. Now, if we were to have 30, we are going to divide them by 3 into groups of 3. How many do you think we'd have? We would have 10. Now, remember, you can always go back and check yourself by saying 10 times 3 equals 30. All right, let's look at this. 21 divided by 3. How many sets do you think we're going to make with 3? What number times 3 is equal to 21? Do you remember? It's 7. So 7 times 3 is 21, and 21 divided by 3 is 7. This is a fact family. All right, 16 divided by 2. Okay. I have 16 red blocks, and I'm going to make them into groups of 2. How many sets total will I have? I will have 8 sets. All right, and 35 divided into groups of 5, and I'm going to have 7. So if this is confusing or hard, get out your manipulatives. Get out those little cubes we have in class or anything else, pom-poms, teddy bears, anything you can use, because they're all tools, anything you need to help you understand this concept. All right, here is a graph. We are going to put 12 total blocks out, and we're going to put them in sets of 3, and we're going to see how many sets we can make. So we can go 3. So this over here is a division bar. So this is another way that you're going to see division. You're going to see it this way, and you're going to see it like this with a little table. And this simply means 3 divided into 12. So you're going to put that here, 3, 6, 9, 12. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 3. And the way that we'd write that here is that we put it over the 2 here. We'd have 4 here. So on both cases, we have 4. All right, we have 3 divided by 3. Well, if we have 3, we want to make a group of 3, we're only going to get 1 set. We do know that, okay? And then here, same way. This is another way of looking at it. 3 goes into 3 one time. You always, when you see the division problem like this, you always put the digit above the number you're dividing into. Okay. Next, we have 24 divided by 3. And if we were to divide that out, we would get 8, because 8 times 3 is 24. I'm going to show you this way. 3 times 8, 24. All right. 27 divided by 3. And that's going to be 9. And we know that because 9 times 3 is 27. We can make these in groups of blocks, groups of pom-poms, circles, while we skip count by 3s, whatever you need to do. Do it, okay? Make sure you get it right. Make sure you can multiply to prove your answer. And that's just another way to see 3 into 27 goes 9 times. So look up here, the difference. So this table, 3 goes into 3 once, you put it right above here. But in this case, 3 goes into 27. So the 9 goes over the 7. So that's a really important detail to know. All right, we have 6 blue dots here. We're going to put them into groups of 3. And we're going to have 6 dots divided by groups of 3 is going to give us 2 groups. So here is an equation that represents this picture. Is 6 divided by 3 is 2, because we have 2 groups here of 3 dots each for 6 dots total. All right, and we can prove that because we can take our quotient times our divisor, and then we should get our dividend. Okay, so 2 times 3 equals 6. You got to be able to prove it. All right, here we have 6 dots again. We're going to break them into groups of 2 and 2, 3 groups of 2. So if we want to write this out as an equation, we would say 6 dots divided by groups of 2, so divided by 2 equals 3 groups of 2. So we have 6 dots split into groups of 2, 1, 2, 3 groups of 2. 3, to prove it, we would say, well, 3 groups times 2 in each group is 6 dots, okay? Now we have a bunch of dots here. Let's see, we're gonna break them up into groups of 3. How many sets of 3 can we make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of 3. Okay, so the way we'd write this is we would take our total, which would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, divided by how many is in each set, 3, equals 5 sets. And if we wanted to prove that, we would say 5 sets times 3 in each set equals 15. All right, here's some more sets. We're going to break these into groups of 5. So we have 1 group of 5, 2 groups of 5, 3 groups of 5. So we're going to write that as a total is 5, 10, 15. 15 total green circles divided into groups of 5 gives us 3 groups. Do you see how this equation represents this picture? And then to prove ourselves, we're going to say 3 groups with 5 in each group equal 15 total green circles. All right, here we have some blue squares. We're going to put them in groups of 2 as well. How many groups will we come up with? 3, 4, 5. Now we need to know total. How many we have? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 total. Divided into groups of 2 gives us 5 sets. We can see this all right here. All of these numbers, we can see where they're represented right here. 10 total blocks, 2 in each group, 5 groups, okay? We're multiplying to prove it. We have 5 groups with 2 in each group. We get 10, okay? See how both of these represent this picture. All right, here we have some more blocks. We're gonna break them into groups of 5. There's 5, 10 blocks total. So 10 divided into groups of 5 is 2 groups. To prove that, we're going to say 2 groups of 5 is 10 blocks. All right, let's look at this. Haley took 25 pictures while visiting some of the rooms in the caverns. In each room, she took 5 pictures. How many rooms did Haley visit? So 25 total divided into 5 different rooms. Let's write that down. Now we're going to get 5. And we know that because we can skip count 5 to get into 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's going to give us 5. All right. Haley took pictures of the scenery outside the caverns to share with her friends. If she gave 8 friends 2 pictures each, how many pictures did Haley give her friends? So 8 people, 2 pictures in each. So we have 8 groups of 2. That's going to be 16 pictures. Okay, here we have some division facts. We have 6 divided by 3 equals 2. And it is written here as well. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. This is 2 different ways to write the exact same division problem. Do not let this table confuse you. All right, that is your dividend. The 6 is your dividend here. Your divisor is that one. And your quotient is your answer. So in this case, you have the same thing. Your dividend is 6. Your divisor is 3, your quotient is 2, right? You get the same answer either way, it's just a different way of writing it. Okay, so looking at your problem here, we're on page 115 and 116 today. We're doing all problems as usual. On number 1 on page 115, you are skip counting by 3s. make sure you do that problem first because you're going to use it for the rest of the 2 pages, okay? If you forgot how to do that, go back, review it on the YouTube videos, all right? Or ask me. Then it says use the table above to solve for 2 through 10. So there's different ways of writing division problems. 27 divided by 3. You just got to look at the table and figure that out, or skip count by 3s until you get to 27. All right, 5 through 10 is the same way. 11 through 12, we're drawing boxes around each set and write the related fact. So you have stars. You need to break those down into sets of 3. How many total do you have? Divided by how many sets of 3 gets you how many sets, okay? Make sure you do that accurately. Look at it, ask me if you're confused. Go back and rewatch the video where we made circles or squares around our shapes. Okay, so figure that out. 13 is a word problem. Make sure you read it accurately. Word problems tend to trip you up. Okay, you need to answer it properly. On page 116, 1 and 2, we're drawing boxes again, talking about how many total we have, divided by how many in each group, gets us how many groups. Then 3 through 5, we are writing related multiplication facts. So what number divided by 3 equals 7? Well, 7 times 3 is going to also equal that number. They're related, sorry. They're related. All right, and then 6 and 7 are word problems, and 8 through 13 are review of addition. Make sure you line up your digits there, and you're very careful. Go back and check your work before turning it in. And as always, if you have any questions, just come see me. Good luck.